We've been working with our Korean manufacturer for about 4 years now, and things started off really good, but to be honest, the last 1.5 years, the business relationship has really deteriorated. It got to a point where we decided we have to come to Korea and see if we can salvage things and repair that business relationship, or we need to move on and find another supplier. But let me give you the backstory and how that began. We started the Lash Oasis about 4 years ago. Wow, time has really flown by. 4 years. And I know a lot of you guys are interested in understanding how to find suppliers because you might want to do that eventually for yourself. There's not really an easy way. Basically, you just gotta go and look for on internet, social media, AliExpress sometimes. There's a lot of different ways. You can even hire an agent to find sourcing for you. Some people do go through that route. 4 or 5 of the largest manufacturers and labs for liquid products for lashes, whether it's adhesive, bonders, and things like that. And it might surprise you guys that there's probably only 4 or 5 of the largest companies that do this, that make up probably most of the products that you use out there. So that just tells you a lot of the products are made by the same people. However, from our experience, when we talk to these large companies, they didn't really care about us. And why would they? We're just starting out. We're not going to order a big quantity. There's probably people asking them all the time. And so we kept looking because we didn't feel like this was right for us until we did find this manufacturer that we're working on. When we asked them for samples, they went all out. They sent us every single product they have to sample for us. And then they gave us all the bottles and lids and packaging that they can produce for us. And keep in mind, we're just a brand new company, and for them to do that, it was a big deal. So this is the company we decided to go with. Things started off fantastic. They were able to fulfill our order in a minimum quantity that wasn't very much at a pretty reasonable price for the quantity that we were buying. Because obviously the more you buy, the cheaper things would be. And we weren't buying very much. We were buying like 50 units of product, which is crazy because now we're purchasing thousands of units, which is such a quick growth for us. Sometimes I can't even believe it. And our account manager was the one that really helped us make that happen in this manufacturer in Korea. So the funny thing is, he's like the nicest guy and he really cared about our business. And it's really cool because we met him last time and he was telling us how he was really proud that he worked with us from the beginning and he saw our growth ordering such a small quantity and helped us grow to the company we are. However, he was kind of funny. He's not the best salesman, which is kind of hilarious because his position does involve some sales. We had to constantly push for him to literally sell more things to us sometimes. But he was effective as an account manager because he actually really took the time and understood our business. He knew what we liked and what we didn't like, what we looked for. So it made business really smooth for us. However, that all changed about 1.5 years ago when he left the company and we had a new account manager. The new lady didn't really understand our business and she was making a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of miscommunication and things were getting really frustrating for us, especially because she was new. She was having to ask permission to do a lot of things that our previous account manager would do just like that for us. And because there's a time zone difference, when I asked her to do something, she said, oh, I have to ask my manager, my boss, the owner. By the time she makes that decision, I'm already asleep. And then when I wake up and read it, I'm like, okay, let's do that or do this. She's asleep and we're not working. So this added an extra layer of delay in things. And previously we were getting things manufactured within a week when we put in the order and they will be sent out to us, sometimes in a couple of days. Now things were taking 2 or 3 weeks. And we were starting to get really frustrated in this situation because it was not like before and it was really making business difficult for us. However, that lady, the new account manager, left and we got a new person that took our account. So Lily and I were talking like, okay, we didn't have a good relationship with the previous person. And I would say some of it might be on us because we were getting really frustrated and Lily joked that I was getting maybe too aggressive sometimes because it was just not going well. So we're like, okay, let's actually go to Korea and meet the new account manager that we have face to face because from my experience, like all of the things that we have as tools for business now, like our phones, where we're calling, Skype, Zoom, Messenger, all of these things are amazing for business, but there's nothing like being face to face with someone you're doing business. Because when you're calling someone, it feels like there's a wall in front of you, if that makes sense. Like it feels like you're talking to like a large company. There's no face behind it. It doesn't feel personal. But when you're face to face with someone doing business, it literally feels like a very personal connection, because that person actually cares about you because they see you as a person, and the other way around. And that's exactly what happened. We got there. We were not really sure how this meeting was gonna go. We were a little bit nervous. We of course brought some gifts. We got some chocolate. It's super important. Just the little things like that, little gestures to show respect and care for each other, really get things going really smoothly. And that's exactly what happened for us. The meeting went really productive, went better than I expected. I can't tell you guys about every single little thing because we're not ready to share all of it yet, but I will share some stuff that we got done. For example, we have been working on some new super bonder set. We had Apple coming. I think we're gonna approve that. I'm waiting for Lily to say the final okay because she's the big boss of the business. I have a mint scent super bonder. We're not sure about that. It smells nice, but we need to try it on people to see if the mint is like too intense on the eyes. And we also are experimenting with a new bottle that I think is gonna be an improve for practicality reasons. All of that is coming. So what does that tell us about business? Relationships are everything in business. It is the foundation to business, and we sometimes forget that as professionals in the beauty industry. Here's what I mean. A lot of us, we care about things from our perspective. You care about things such as retention, isolation, technique. And I'm not saying these things don't matter, but we forget from the client's perspective, they value different things in different priorities. And a lot of it, what they really care about at the end of the day, and they base their reason in coming to you that we forget about a lot of times, is that relationship to you. If you have a good relationship with your client, let's say you make a mistake, because we're all human, we're never gonna be perfect. Things will always go wrong in business. That's just a fact of it. You gotta accept that. That client's way more likely to come back to you and give you a second chance and really work with you and even voice their concern or problems with you in a way that's productive for you guys to fix, which is, from our example, what we went through. We were so frustrated that we were ready to leave, but because we had that amazing relationship with this lab, we felt like, okay, we at least got to give it a chance and come to Korea, like fly all the way to Korea to try to fix that. That just shows you how powerful building a relationship is, that even when things deteriorate, people are willing to fight and work with you to try to repair that in a way that both of you can move on. And on another personal level, for me to come to Korea is a really special thing for business. A lot of you guys might not know, but my mom is Korean. I never grew up in Korea. I have been a few times. So every time that I can come back to Korea, and now I get to do that for business, it really feels like such a personal connection to me to be in a country and experience a culture that I have a heritage in, even though I didn't grow up in. So that's truly a blessing that the business has brought to me. That I'm able to do business in a country that I have a background in. Coming to Korea is always something really special to me, to experience the culture, eat the amazing Korean food that I absolutely enjoyed while I was here. And it's something really special to me in another way, because I actually moved around a lot growing up. I think I changed schools every 2 or 3 years. And I've lived in so many countries growing up. Even now, I moved to the UK, sometimes spent time in Italy. So it gave me that confidence to feel like I can go anywhere, do anything. And it doesn't bother me that much and allows me to talk to anyone. Being able to come and do business in the country where I have a background and heritage in is such an amazing experience for me. And I cannot believe that I get to share that with you guys as well. Thank you guys for following us on our second YouTube video. Or have you had an experience where something like that happened, where you had a loyal client, but something has happened, but they're more willing to give you another chance because you have such a good relationship? Share your experiences with me. I would love to hear about it.